Salutations, future Twig. Past Twig here once again with another miniature machination for everyone. We're back with the robot Warband, looking at the third miniature in the crew right now, which is Whirl3r, and you'll see why it's called Whirl3r here in just a second. Moving on, of course, the inspiration for this was I want a 10-unit kill team that I can use in a lot of different games, which are these like smaller scale skirmish-style war games. So I wanted to create my own, and I decided on like Martian-themed antiquated robots as my kind of general theme. And here is Whirl3r. He's the third of the crew. Let's get the video playing right now. I consider him to be the most curious. He's got like a little like Martian emerald or gem here. If anyone's ever seen those, the original DC Justice League, the animated show from back in like 2003, I think it was, 2005. The first 3 episodes of that were just incredibly scary with like the Martian invaders. And I kind of picture him kind of finding a crystal, kind of like that crystal that sealed them shut inside the vault originally. Very niche reference, but if anyone catches that, feel free to leave a like or something in the comments below so I can know you found out about that. You get an internet cookie. Moving on to Whirl3r himself is the actual miniature. As you can see, I again had another miniature where I had like just the legs and the torso of a mini, so I kind of built, very poorly sculpted my own arms for him out of clay. I also gave him some power claws, kind of like Alpha, the first miniature we saw in this series. He also has a bit of like a capacitor for his head and a bit of like in this case he has a half of a fake nail as his faceplate because his faceplate's a bit stumpier and shorter than anyone else's. And perhaps his biggest defining feature and why he's called Whirl3r is he has this massive prop on the back which he uses to propel himself around the field. So I picture he's pretty fast on his feet, more of like a flyer, like a pseudo flyer running around the field. And the coolest part about that propeller is it's actually not one piece. What I did was I took 3 of those round electrolytic capacitors. I'll see if I can throw up a picture on screen. Put a big half-dome bead to hide all the places where they all connect and glued it all together. And it looks like a fairly convincing propeller on the back, which is nice. I also added some little smaller half-dome beads to kind of serve as rivets, and everything came out well. I used gold to kind of paint some of the like shinier parts of him that I wanted to help stick out. Copper for most of it, just to kind of show us that like base copper metallic appearance. Gave him some silver dry brushing as to highlight the edges and high points. And then, of course, for the energy, I went with the standard sky blue with a little bit of white to show like the highest, like most energetic, high-intensity energy points. Beyond that, of course, standard base. It's a bottle cap. Painted the rim black. We've got the orange baking soda back again. Some slight bits of silver that kind of caused the base to pop a little bit. And that's basically everything. It was kind of cool to deviate from the traditional color scheme by having that green emerald as just like a focal point that he's staring at. And otherwise, that's Whirl3r. So that's a third of my unit groups, and we'll have some more coming later. And thank you once again for tuning into this miniature machination. Have a wonderful day all, and take care.